What's up, guys? Dev here, and it is that time of week again. Today is Saturday. It is Saturday night in Arizona at 8:26 p.m. and I'm finally getting around to recording a video. Sorry. Just got back from the ladies' place earlier today. I was hanging out with a couple friends. I had an excellent weekend. Always love hanging out with the ladies, so really nothing to complain about. But I also have some exciting news. Hopefully my skin is glowing right now. Picked up some. I received a suggestion to maybe do some better lighting. Took that to heart. Here we are. I have purchased some lighting. I am engulfed in light, I hope. So hopefully that'll make for a little bit more of an enjoyable interaction between you and I while you're watching my video. And if it looks awful, please let me know, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Aside from that, let's get into what we came here to talk about. Today is going to be a review of the Vamo V3. So, I've had this. This is probably the third device I purchased when I first started vaping. I've had this since about maybe July 15th-ish, somewhere around there. So not too long. I've only had it about a month. Not very long at all. And the first thing I want to point out about this thing, which I'm sorry is a negative, if you see all that business. So this is supposed to be a black kind of a gunmetal chrome, I guess, coating on here to make the device look cool, and it did. It looked really awesome when it first came here, but as you can see, my device is just eating away all whatever that coating is, whatever is on here. So it's turned it into what the actual color of the metal is, slowly, and that's happening pretty much all over this thing. That's with regular cleaning. So I feel like I take pretty good care of my devices, but this one, whatever they put on here, it didn't actually interact with the metal. They didn't change the actual outside color of the metal. I think if they would have anodized it, it would have actually stuck instead of whatever this is, which unfortunately for me, it's kind of ruined it for me in regard to this device. Ever since this started happening, as well as a couple other things, this has just kind of sat on the shelf. But that's not the main reason why I quit using it. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the things this can do. This does have a voltage checker. It has an ohms. Why did I say atoms? Ohms? Who the hell is atom? It's got an ohms checker. Don't know why I said atom. Got an ohms checker. It will go variable voltage, variable wattage, as well, from 3 watts to 15 watts and 3 volts to 6 volts. Pretty neat. A lot of devices out there don't go to 6 volts. They'll stop at 5 volts, for example, an e-cig. Don't know why that is, but that's where it stops at. The one thing I also like about this, it adjusts your voltage in 0.1 increments, which most other devices do. This also does 0.5 increments, just like the SVD does on wattage. So from 3.0, 3.5, 4.0, et cetera, all the way up to 15. I like that quite a bit. I do wish there was a way to not have to use voltage to dial in a little bit further, but maybe it's not possible to do like 7.1 watts. Maybe that's not possible. I don't know. Maybe I should look that up before I go talking trash about it. But that would be nice for me, because maybe if I want to get just a little more dialed in, I have to switch over to the voltage side of things in order to get just a little bit closer to what the actual voltage I might like is. So normally I set these types of devices to right where I know I like to be, about 8.5-ish watts. It varies from like 7.0 watts up to like 9.5 watts-ish, depending on what I'm vaping. So, but generally 8.5 is a safe place for me to start. This also, excuse me, also comes with OLED screen, which I'm hoping you can see. It's pretty rad. I'll show you this in the close-up, but this is the voltage check, right? So it tells me 4.1 volts. Oh, freshly charged battery, right on. Also the ohms check on there, and you get to these features just by touching different buttons. It's got 3 buttons that kind of look, it kind of looks like, wow, God, what do they call those guys? I keep thinking Cybermen, but that's Dragon Ball Z. The dudes from Battlestar Galactica, the robot dudes. Why can't I remember what they're called right now? Everybody watching this is going to call me such an idiot and tell me what it is. Call me out, please. But it kind of, it looks like a little face, like their face, their helmet, you know, whatever. But other than that, just your pretty typical device as far as mods go these days, from the newer-ish mods. This is the V3, so there's the Vamo V2 as well. It looks a little bit different, obviously. Same style setup, but the screen, I believe, is just an LED, I want to say. Might be an LCD. Apparently I have issues determining which is which anymore. But this one definitely is OLED. I'm pretty freaking sure. But it does come with a little hot spring down here, which is cool, right? So it'll take a couple different size batteries. I only have the 18650s. I don't mess around with the smaller batteries. It's just, I don't mind a big device, which is something I should point out. This thing is tall. It is very tall. I'm hoping you can maybe tell. I'll maybe stick a picture up with an actual length check here, but it is not small. It's quite tall. I mean, I have pretty big hands, and it feels perfect in my hand. That's why I don't mind it. I don't mind big devices in my pocket, you know. It doesn't bother me one bit. Some people that might drive nuts, those people, you do have the ability, let me just get rid of that battery, to take this has got a little compartment tube, right? There's 2 of these on here. They're both identical. So you can take one off and make it a little bit shorter, if that's your thing. Which I think, you know, that's pretty nice of them. This is a little more reasonable to me, but I don't care for the smaller batteries. I have no need for them. I don't mind a big battery. You might though. In that case, it'll take your shorter style battery. So you could also double stack batteries in here if you got the CR, what is it, CR123As or whatever they are. You can double stack them, but there's no reason for me personally to do that. Just know it is available to you, which I appreciate. That's a plus. The ability to have different size batteries in here is good. But enough about that. Let us get into the actual close-up before I waste any more of your time showing you all of these things you can probably hardly even see. Yay, hooray. So let me just get a battery back in here and turn it on. Oh, by the way, it might be useful to tell you, 5-button press tells you system on, in case you didn't know. And we're firing. Also, you'll notice the rattlesnake, same as the SVD, if I'm not mistaken. It uses that same technology to turn off and on and off and on again. Cool. Let's talk about that a little more close up, which we will transition to beautifully via vape. See you in a minute. And welcome back, everybody. So, we're gonna go, hopefully, in future videos, we're gonna be a little more up close and personal with things. Maybe with some better lights, things won't look so awful terrible. Unlike, unfortunately, the coating on this damn device. So, God, that just upsets me like you wouldn't imagine. The only thing I can say about this, buy the stainless steel one. Do not buy the coated one of any kind. No gunmetals. And if you are gonna get that, make sure it's anodized. Maybe that might do you wonders in the future versus what it's done for me with this device, unfortunately. So the only saving grace of this thing cost me $32. $32 friggin' dollars. Free shipping. Free shipping. Can I say that again? Free shipping. $32 for a 3 to 6 volt device. You might be wondering where I got that deal from. That's Fast Tech. So I waited about 3 weeks for this thing to come to me. Just something to keep in mind. But let's start with, you got your little markings here, right? So let's just unscrew this, and we'll show you. I would just showed you the unboxing, but unfortunately, the unboxing was nothing. It came in a white box, and that was it. So here's the spring. Okay, this is a little hot spring, so this will melt should horrible things happen with your battery here. This is just an AW IMR 18650 37 volt. Nothing too fancy. 1600 milliamp hour. So all we're gonna do is screw that battery on there, and that is literally all you have to do. I like to use this with cardo tanks. So this is a Finiac tank with just a 510 Bogue cardo. I think this is a standard resistance one with my Cherry Vape drip tip on there. And if the owners of Cherry Vape ever saw me using this thing without their neat little adapter that goes in here, they would probably laugh at me because they'll never give me a new one when I break it like an idiot. So just keep that in mind. But 5-button press to turn on, and you'll see it says system on, right? And 5-button press to turn it off. Neato. Now, okay, perfect. So it just happened. This likes to do this to me. So it turned on that time. Let's just try this again. This thing likes to not turn off and on with 5 presses. So it worked that time. But there, see? That was 5-button press. Nothing's happening here. Why? There we go. Okay, so just be aware. Sometimes just mash the buttons. Pretend like you're playing, you know, Super Smash Brothers Melee or something. From there, you've got your down and your up buttons, and this right here is where we're gonna get into some stuff. So unfortunately for me, this button here, I'm shocked, and of course it would work fine when I'm on camera with it, but this button, this thing doesn't work. I swear to God. So I've been stuck, and the reason I have stopped using this device, that button. So when I press this button, what normally happens is nothing. Ooh, that's a text message. The down button has always worked beautifully for me, but this guy, I'm trying to get it to do it here, but it literally just sits there like that. Okay? It looks like it's how I'm pressing it. But this one, doesn't matter where I press it, works fine. But here, I'm pressing it, but nothing is happening. See? But if I, oh, there we go. This is what normally happens. Okay, perfect. So I'm pressing. I'm certainly pressing. Nothing. It's like something is wrong either with the circuitry in here or that button, but I'm too much of a weenie to pull it apart to get it to start working. And just to confirm, it is still on. I can scroll through all my wattage, but what the hell is this, man? And normally what ends up happening is I just have to smash that button with my thumb, like just press really hard over and over in order to get it to start working again. So very big negative for me. And the reason I say that is because if that's not working, I may not be able to check my ohms, right? Which eliminates 2 features simultaneously from this, which super sucks. So keep that in mind. It happened to me. It may not happen to yours, but it did happen regardless. I've only had this thing about a month. I would not expect that to happen on something like this, so a little bit upsetting. So like we talked about earlier, this is variable wattage all the way up from 3 to 15. It does roll, which I love. I'm very appreciative of that. Makes it easy for me when the damn button breaks and I can't go back up, so I can just use this. But to get to the menu, oh, this is your fire button as well. That's your 3 buttons. That's it. That's it. So to get to the menu, to change some stuff about this, you just press and hold these 2 buttons here, these 2 top ones. You hold them simultaneously, and you saw, so not all 3, just these 2. This little menu pops up, right? Oh, damn you dirty apes. So you press and hold them, and then you get your menu. Now, pressing
down brings you into the options about the menu, or about the item you're on, I should say. The item that's currently displayed on screen. Pressing up, you see why this button is so damn important now, right? So this is the only way you can get through the menu. So you use up to go through each option you can play with. You've got LCD on off, power voltage, LCD display, right? So to edit something, you press the down button and then you press the up button to choose. You press the down button to change the options of it. So it's kind of like the select button, the down button is. So you can change it from voltage to wattage, okay? And then to get out of it, you just let the screen turn off, and you'll have to hold the button again, the two buttons again, to get it to come back up. Kind of a annoying little feature. In my opinion, it would have been nice if this was a little more robust. They've got this awesome screen and this crappy kind of interface, but it's also, I get why they did it. It's because it keeps it nice and small form factor, but I just would have liked to seen something, I don't know, a little more innovative, a little more, I guess not so just kind of old and clunky feeling, you know? This is 2013, man. Like, what the hell? We got crazy awesome technology and you guys have this weird menu. I don't know. Could just be me, but like I say, I understand its limitations of the circuitry in here, but I would have liked to seen something a little bit more. This allows you to change the LCD from on to off, etc. Again, to just let it go away, to go back in and edit something else. Right? Pretty simple. That's about it. I mean, this thing doesn't do too much. This does take 510 and has a little always dropping something. A little removable ring here. Okay, it's just got these little dots in there. None of these have any drilled in holes, so no airflow holes in here. Okay, so there's that. But you got your standard 510 connection in there, right? And on the outside, you've got ego threading. So this will work with your Kanger EVODs. This will work with your iClear 16s, etc., etc. Anything ego style threading. It'll also take those little ego beauty rings that I am myself fond of. Could I maybe screw this on here? Is that, yeah. This is hard to do when you're behind the camera, just saying. I'm sure my voice is booming right now. So that is that. Like I say, pretty neat little device. For the cost, I'm pretty happy with it, other than why they gotta do this to me? But that's that. Let's talk a little bit more about this in a more one-on-one setting. See you momentarily.
Woo! Welcome back, friend. So that's the close-up and a little more personalized review of the Vamo V3. So basically, too long, didn't read. Buy one. $32. Issue with one button and a crappy coating on the gunmetal version of it. So the takeaway here: buy a stainless steel one. That's about it. I don't really care for the menu system, but honestly, I don't really screw with it. I set it up to show the current power, voltage, or wattage that I'm using. You can check the voltage of a battery by holding the left button for, I think it's like 3 seconds, and it pops up on the screen. You can check ohms by holding the right button, the up button, for 3 seconds. So I don't really need to see either of those things. I just want to know that for certain I'm always on 8.5 watts. 5-button press sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. Meh, not really too big of an issue. Ability to use different style batteries in here. Not a bad device, not a bad device at all, but definitely get the stainless steel one so you don't have a weird color coming through. I think what I might do with this too is take like a Dremel and take a polish brush or whatever it is, and polish all this coating off just to get the true color of the metal out of this, so I don't have to see these weird splotches, right? So just a thought, but aside from that, definitely worth picking up. This came from fasttech.com, FAST TECH, I think, .com. $32. I'll put a link in the description for you guys as well, a little more information. But yeah, that's the Vamo V3. Would like to thank everybody for watching. Welcome new subscribers. Had a couple new people join, so thank you all so much. And yeah, we'll talk very soon. Have a good one, guys.